Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Gonna be giving you my predictions for the Manchester United West Brom game. So my score prediction 3-0 to Manchester United, and I think Bruno Fernandes will score in the game. I think Marcus Rashford will score in the game because he should be involved. And possibly Anthony Martial could score in the game. Manchester United should be beating West Brom because West Brom are a poor outfit. West Brom have not won a game yet in the Premier League this season, and they are sitting 18th. But West Brom have got a good record at Old Trafford. I think they've won 3 of their last 5 visits. But if we do beat West Brom, it will be our 4th win in the Premier League this season, and it will be our first win at Old Trafford in the Premier League this season. Because as it stands at the moment, we have not yet won at Old Trafford in the Premier League this season. We've had our worst start at Old Trafford for around 50 years. Now, West Brom's current manager is Slaven Bilic. Now, some of the team news. I give you the team news on my video I did yesterday. Luke Shaw, Jesse Lingard and Phil Jones are not available. That's been confirmed. Bay and Marcus Rojo are available, but they returned to training for the first time in a month yesterday. Like I said, Marcus Rashford has been out with a shoulder problem, but I think he now could be available for this game. Victor Lindelof, he's got a back injury. It said that he's going to be further assessed today, so I'm hopeful that he will be available. But if Lindelof wasn't to be available, then we could select Tuanzebe instead and put him alongside Harry Maguire. It did say that Mason Greenwood may not be available, but he will be back in contention soon. We have had a few issues with Mason Greenwood this season. Mason Greenwood got withdrawn from the England under-21 squad for injuries and personal issues. That was confirmed by Adi Boothroyd. He was also withdrawn from the England squad earlier on in the season with Phil Foden for breaking COVID-19 rules. Now, Solskjaer has been defending Mason Greenwood, saying that it will benefit him taking a step back. This is Mason Greenwood's second season in our senior squad. He did well in his first season in the senior squad. He scored 17 goals. And at the start of the season, we give Mason Greenwood that number 11 shirt. So he's the 4th Manchester United player to wear the number 11. He has got a contract with the football club until 2023. Solskjaer confirmed that he's missed like 9 days of training because he has been out with illness. The good news is Alex Telles should be making his Premier League debut today, or should I say tonight, because UOL, which is a Brazilian outlet, they recently confirmed that Alex Telles tested negative for coronavirus. But he actually said just before that he tested positive for coronavirus. He's already had coronavirus once. Telles has only played 1 game for the football club so far, and that was the 2-1 win against PSG. I think Telles is going to be a very, very good signing for Manchester United. We got him for like 15.4 million, and he signed a 4-year contract with the football club with an option of a further year. Now, a lot of Manchester United fans would like to see Edison Cavani start this game. Maybe he won't start the game. I said if Martial and Rashford were unavailable, he probably would start the game, but they probably aren't going to be. Edison Cavani's impressed me recently. He scored his first goal for the football club in our 3-1 win against Everton. He almost scored with his first touch when he came on against Chelsea. We got Edison Cavani on a free transfer on deadline day, and he signed a 2-year contract with the football club worth around 230 grand a week, and he currently wears that number 7 shirt. Now, I want to see Donny van der Beek start this game tonight. Donny van der Beek has not yet made his full Premier League debut for the football club, but he has started our last 2 games in the Champions League. Now, Solskjaer's made a promise saying that Donny van der Beek will get his opportunities. He will just have to be patient. Van der Beek did reveal, though, that he would have loved to have played more at Manchester United this season. We paid £40 million for him from Ajax. Donny van der Beek can play in like 3 different roles. He's predominantly a box-to-box midfielder. Well, he was at Ajax. He can play in the number 10. We started him in the number 10 against Leipzig, and he can also play on that. He can also play out wide. Now, like I said, Bruno Fernandes, he'll start this game because Bruno Fernandes is undroppable, reflecting on his good run of performances. Bruno Fernandes has scored like 18 goals and provided 13 assists in 33 appearances. The vast majority of his goals have come from the penalty spot. He's been at the football club now a good 10 months or so. Fernandes is under contract with Man United until 2025. We paid €55 million for him from Sporting Lisbon back in January. And Fernandes scored twice against Everton, and he also got an assist. Now, Paul Pogba, do you think he'll start this game tonight? Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Now, Solskjaer backs Paul Pogba to improve because Solskjaer's had talks with Paul Pogba, and obviously Solskjaer has revealed that Paul Pogba is unhappy at the football club, and he said it's very important to make him happy again. But Solskjaer said Pogba is a very important player and he is an important person. Didier Deschamps, the France manager, he's giving his verdicts of obviously what's going on with Paul Pogba, and he says that Paul Pogba cannot be happy at the football club for playing out of position and for being left on the bench. And he actually came out and said that he understands Paul Pogba better than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does. Now, Paul Pogba has received a lot of criticism recently, reflecting on his recent comments, because Paul Pogba, like I said, playing for France is a breath of fresh air. He also said that this season is the most difficult period in his career because he was talking about his struggles at Manchester United this season. Pogba's only started like 2 of our last 7 or is it 8 games. So he's actually lost his place in the team, and this is the main explanation why he's not happy. I'm expecting him to leave the football club next year. Paul Pogba intends to leave Man United on a free transfer, but wouldn't want to let him go on a free transfer. Obviously would want to sell him before that happens. Now, he has had a long-running transfer saga. You've obviously had Real Madrid that have been relentlessly linked with him. Paul Pogba made an admission earlier on this season saying that one day his dream is to join Real Madrid. There's been rumours of him going back to Juventus, and PSG and Barcelona have been in for him before. Earlier on in the season, we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract. So he's under contract with the club until June 2022. But he wasn't happy about this, was he? There has been no talks over getting him a long-term contract at the football club. Pogba's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. We won't get more than the £89 million that we paid for him if we do sell him next year. Pogba didn't play much last season because he was out with that ankle injury. Now, Fred, he probably will be involved tonight. Probably will start because Fred's undroppable at the moment, reflecting on his good run of performances. So he may play alongside Pogba, or it could be Pogba alongside McTominay. We'll have to see. But recently, Fred's been playing a lot alongside McTominay, hasn't he? We paid quite a bit of money for Fred. Was it around £47 million for him from Shakhtar Donetsk? Now, Matic, I don't see him playing in this game. He definitely won't start, Matic. Matic has lost his place in the team. Matic had some good games towards the end of last season. But this season, when he's played, he hasn't been that consistent. I've always had an element of concerns about him. Matic has endured a good 3 years or so at the football club. We got him for like £40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Now, Harry Maguire, he'll definitely start the game tonight. He did recently say, though, that he had a bruised foot. Harry Maguire has bounced back from his early season troubles, which is good to see. Harry Maguire is our current captain, and as it stands at the moment, he is the most expensive centre-half in the world because we got him in a deal worth £80 million. And Wan-Bissaka, he'll start the game tonight. He's undroppable because he's put some good performances out recently, show good attacking intent, and his defensive contributions been very, very good. De Gea, he will be in goal. Like I said, De Gea will remain our number one this season. And this is David De Gea's 10th season at the football club, so he has been a long servant. Juan Mata, now, think he could be involved. Probably won't start the game, but yeah, he may be involved. I've been impressed with Juan Mata in quite a few of the games he's played in this season. Did well in both of our Carabao Cup games against Luton and Brighton. He did well in the Newcastle and Chelsea game, but weren't so consistent in the Everton and Istanbul Başakşehir game. Juan Mata's enjoyed a good 6 years or so now at the club. Juan Mata scored 50 goals for Manchester United in all competitions, and he has made over 200 appearances for the club. We got Juan Mata for around £40 million from Chelsea back in 2014. Daniel James, now, do you see him being involved? I don't think he'll start. Daniel James hasn't played a lot this season. Obviously, he has been out of form. James has only played 5 games in all competitions this season. But despite his lack of playing time, Daniel James has still come out and said that he loves Manchester United. James did actually play a lot of games last season. We got him for around £18 million from Swansea, didn't we? That was in June last year. So there you go. And probably tonight, Solskjaer will go with a 4-2-3-1 formation. He has gone a lot with that formation since he got appointed in as Manchester United manager. But in a lot of our games, it hasn't really seemed to suit our standards. In the big games, Solskjaer's gone with a 3-5-2 formation. A few times he's gone with that 4-3-3 formation. But tonight's game is a must-win for Man United. Now, like I've already gone through with you, if we win our next 5 or 6 games, I think a lot more pressure will ease off Ollie. Now, reflecting on that win against Everton, pressure eased off him, didn't it? But he's still under pressure, reflecting on our poor start to the season, because, as it stands at the moment, we're sitting, 14th in the Premier League. We've only taken 10 points from our opening 7 league games. But despite our poor start to the season, Solskjaer is still Manchester United manager. I think the main explanation why he's still at the football club is because he is a club legend. Now, disregarding him being a club legend, I think he would have been sacked by now. But Ed Woodward came out last week, was it? And he said that Manchester United remain absolutely committed to Solskjaer despite our poor start to the season. Now, I don't think Solskjaer is the long term for Manchester United. I really, really don't. Ole has not got that proven pedigree as a manager, like I've said before. Manchester United is the third club in his managerial career. Now, reflecting how long he's been at the club, you can say he's learnt quite a bit and he's gained managerial experience. He's been Manchester United manager now for almost 2 years. We appointed him in December 2018 and he's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. And Ollie's got a contract with the football club until 2022. And this is his second full season at Manchester United. And I said, didn't I, he's got to exceed his expectations if he is to remain Man United manager. Like I said, if we can finish in the top 4 this season, and if we can win a trophy in that would represent a good season for Man United, and then that would give us something to build on. Ole has managed over 100 games as Manchester United manager in all competitions. If we was to lose to West Brom today, a lot of more pressure would be on him. He probably won't get sacked, but more pressure would be on him. So, like I said to you on my video yesterday, it's Solskjaer's last chance to get things right over the course of the next month. Games are coming up thick and fast for Manchester United. West Brom tonight, Istanbul Başakşehir coming up in the Champions League group stage, and it's Southampton coming up. That's going to be a difficult game because Southampton have enjoyed a good start to the season. PSG, I think, is coming up. West Ham's coming up. City's also coming up very, very soon. Now, obviously, Mauricio Pochettino has been the favourite to take over at Manchester United. Obviously, Massimiliano Allegri, he's been another manager on our agenda. 2 Sport recently said that Roberto Mancini was on our agenda. And Julian Nagelsmann, he's been on our agenda. But to be honest with you, it wouldn't really solve a lot if Manchester United sacked Solskjaer, because not all the blame stems from the manager. Ole is definitely not being backed enough at the football club by the board. But the board haven't backed any of our managers that we've had since Alex Ferguson retired. So they didn't back Moyes, they didn't back Van Gaal, they didn't back Mourinho, and they haven't backed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer so far. The board has been one of the problems at the club for several years. And there's still players at Manchester United that are not good enough to represent Man United. You know what I mean? I think Manchester United need to recommend a director of footballing, because that is one of the structural changes that we need at the club. And plus, if we get a director of footballing, Ollie will get more backing. But we need someone in who knows the club inside out and someone who's obviously got that experience. There's been quite a few names linked with that director's role. We've been in the process of trying to get a director of footballing now for like the last 3 years or so. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a few things that Solskjaer's got to solve at Manchester United. He's obviously got to solve the Paul Pogba issue. Obviously, our home form needs to be sorted out because that is an element of concern. Solskjaer actually said we haven't been good at home because obviously there's fans that can't attend games due to COVID-19. I said, didn't I, had to sort the issues out with Greenwood. I think they've more or less been sorted out now. He's got to decide between Edson Cavani and Anthony Martial. He's obviously got to work out his best midfield. He'll select his right formation. He's got to identify his best 11. So, yeah. I have taken positives from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tenure, though. I think he has made some good signings so far at Manchester United. You know, he has spent over £200 million at the club and he's endured 4 transfer windows. We've also seen a lot of players leave the club since he got recommended in. He did well in his first full season. Last season, that was. He has showed a lot of tactical flexibility in a lot of the big games. So these definitely positives to take. It's good that we are making plans for next year. Because next year we are looking to make more signings. There's obviously been a lot of players on our agenda. I think Man United need a centre-half and we also need a right winger. Obviously next year we are looking to get rid of more players because he's still deadwood in the squad. I think it's confirmed in January we'll be offloading like 4 players, and that's Jesse Lingard, Marcus Rojo, Phil Jones and Sergio Romero. Sorry, not Jesse Lingard. It's not. He didn't say Jesse Lingard. It said Marcus Rojo, Phil Jones, Tim Foster-Mensah, Romero. Sorry, Lingard wasn't mentioned, but that's what it said the other day. And obviously, we'll sell more players next summer. I think Man United need around 5 signings to win the Premier League title. Probably need around 2 signings to compete for the Premier League title. You know, we haven't won the Premier League since 2013, so we haven't won it now for like 8 years or so. You know what I'm saying? But in the last 7 years or so, nothing's changed at Manchester United, has it? Obviously, 3 managers have been sacked since the Ferguson era, and that was David Moyes, Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. We've spent over £1 billion on players since Ferguson left. We haven't dominated English football since the Sir Alex Ferguson era, so there you go. And let's put into the equation, Ole Solskjaer is inheriting a lot of players here from the Jose Mourinho era, still a few players here from the Van Gaal era, 1 player here from the Moyes era, and there's only now 2 players here from the Sir Alex Ferguson era that are here. We've only won 4 trophies since Ferguson left, and that was the FA Cup under Van Gaal and the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield under Jose Mourinho. So just proves how inconsistent we have been. We have made a lot of mistakes in the last 7 years or so, and that's one of the main explanations why we've been so inconsistent. You know. This morning, I give you the breaking news, didn't I, on Cristiano Ronaldo. It's inevitable now. He's going to be leaving Juventus, probably next summer. But where will he go? You know, will he go to PSG? Now, there's obviously talks of him going back to Real Madrid. There's a good chance he could come back to Manchester United. Earlier on this month, Fox Sports journalist Christian Martin said that Man United were in talks over bringing Cristiano Ronaldo back to the club, and then it said that we'd made a formal offer to his agent George Mendes. I'd definitely take Ronaldo back at Manchester United, despite the fact that he is the age of 35. Obviously, you know the news on Nicholas Salou from Bayern Munich. So yeah, being so many players on our agenda. So anyway, guys, match reaction will be coming up either tonight after the game or it will be tomorrow morning. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless you all again very, very soon.